So I want to invite at this particular point in time someone named Wei Jiang, because Wei Jiang has said that he tends to be interested in stories involving human experiences, and more importantly, he's currently working on something. Would you mind sharing with the rest of the participants what you're working on?
Okay, so I'm actually currently working on a story that I hope to share on World Mental Health Day. It actually has to do with personal experiences with social anxiety disorder. What I've noticed is that because last year I actually came up with a condition on social media, right? And then I actually posted stories describing my experiences, day-to-day experiences, and my past dilemmas. And what I found out is that these experiences, right, even though they don't seem to create a lot of engagement in the beginning, but what I found out is that more people are willing to open up to me because I open up to them. And that's something that I am actually quite interested, quite captivated by, because it's actually something I noticed, through our grandfather stories, through great big stories. You're involve human experiences narrated by the people themselves, and that actually encourages more people to discuss and to be more aware of these issues. So actually I do have a question. How do you all feel about the medium of storytelling evolving to a more social platform, let's say social media? Because we are noticing that more people, they are using like Insta stories to tell stories, within like 15 seconds or so.
Can I answer that first, while Irene, you can think about it and then you chip in?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, this was a particular point that I wanted to talk about in my presentation, but I thought that we were running out of time. So from my perspective, I want to use this opportunity to first say that I am against the notion that people's attention span is decreasing. Because for me, it doesn't make sense. Because if attention span is decreasing, a platform such as Netflix or YouTube doesn't work. And the content is actually getting longer rather than shorter, especially for YouTube, where if for the people that you're subscribing to, last time they might do things as 5 minutes long, and now they are doing things as 12 minutes long. So when people say that, oh, attention span is getting shorter, I believe that it's only because the competition of good content is getting higher. And the friction to change between content is so low right now, which means that I'm very demanding of the particular content that you have. It's not good enough, I'm going to switch out. Now, from a marketer's point of view or from an analytics point of view, it shows that, oh, this person have very little attention span because 3 seconds after that, he jumped out already. But for me, it feels that it's just because the content wasn't engaging enough to for that person to stay. So that's part one. Now, pertaining to your question regarding these developments of social media platforms, and yes, you have Insta Story, and then now more recently TikTok and all that, and where you're storytelling. Personally, for me, I believe that it just allows for different kinds of storytellers to have that platform to share it in a way that they feel is most comfortable. For instance, for me, I've recently launched my YouTube account after getting out of my lazy ass. And for me, because I consume content mainly through Netflix and YouTube, that is where I've decided to spend my time engaging with my audience, because I firmly believe in that. Does that mean that I do not engage in Instagram? Not really. I still use Instagram because I believe that it helps with the discoverability of it all, which is important, especially from your from your name. It feels like you're doing something in marketing, though I'm not sure what the F stands for.
Yes, in marketing.
Yeah, so in marketing, I feel like, is it necessary for you to have a presence in almost all mainstream social media? Technically, yes, because what harm does it do? The only thing is that if you're a one-man show, like let's say for me, then you need to be able to balance out your time. So for me, what I do is that I have a website, I have a Facebook, but to be honest, it's just there, and I use my Instagram to do two-way communication so that it all leads up to my YouTube. YouTube is where I want to succeed because I believe in that platform. Why am I not engaging in TikTok, for instance, is because one, I don't understand it, and two, and most importantly, I do not believe that that particular platform plays to my strengths, because I'm not someone that I think TikTok is looking for. So no matter how hard I work, someone else who is more inclined for that kind of content would do a lot better than me for half the effort. However, it will be reversed from a YouTube standpoint, whereby I have the skill sets that I think more aligns with that. So yes, I think the trends and the hypes of the moment is certainly relevant, but I think what is fundamental is understanding you yourself as a content creator and where do you fit in those platforms. The best case scenario is the fact that people are still writing books today. So no matter what trends come and go and all that, there's, I think, a medium and a platform for anyone to be a storyteller.
Thank
Irene, do you have
you.
anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think I agree with everything you said. I guess at the end, I watch everything. I watch 1 minute video, and I can spend 3 hours watching a documentary. You know, like for me, that's not the length and the attention is not a problem. And I agree with OKJ. Books are still getting written, and attention is there. It's true that social media has this tendency, because also the kind of content that we watch on social media want a very immediate response from us, which is click and go to this other page and drive this traffic of people. Perhaps when we share all the type of content, what we are looking for people is a different thing. Is to stay with us, is to at the end to click, maybe if you're sharing a trailer, to click and be able to watch the full length documentary that you've made. But it's more about the quality of the content and the quality of the stories that you're putting in. Again, I know it sounds to put it in a very simple way, but how does your work and your story stand up from the noise? Because at the end in social media, unfortunately, yes, there's a lot of content, but there's a lot of noise as well. So having those authenticity that we talk about, that honesty, and also you don't always want to reach everyone. Your content will be always open to everyone who is willing to watch it, but your audience, you don't need to reach to absolutely everyone. So you have your audience there, and people that are interested in the type of stories that you want to share still are out there. So don't stress that much about, and again, as OKJ said, do you need to be on every social media platform? Does it work? Also try and see what the response is, and try different things and learn from that, because there is no one single recipe to this.